Well, good morning. Welcome to day 28 on the Arizona Trail. Just leaving camp. What a nice night last night with Burgess and the music. And it was just very relaxing, pretty warm out. And now we're heading out. Just going to do probably a little shorter day, a little over 18 miles. We get to cross the East Verde River at the end of the day, which we've heard is anywhere from knee deep to waist deep. And kind of depends on the day. So here we go. A lot of climbing again today. If anybody thinks that the Arizona Trail is just easy walking, when people say it's rugged, kind of this is what they're talking about. Like, and this isn't even the worst of it, but just rocks and boulders everywhere, just beating the hell out of your feet all day long. Okay, here's another view of super rugged rocky trail. And I'm just showing you this because I've shown a lot of cruisy trail, and this is not all cruisy on the Arizona Trail. There's a lot of this stuff. Pretty good view this morning. Now this is my kind of trail. Pretty smooth, trees, nice breeze. It's awesome. The terrain is leveling off again. Certainly there's mountains in the background, but it's looking totally different than it did a few days ago. Got Burgess and I roll up there, and the trail is getting cruisy again. Although all of us are a little bit sore from long mileage days, so we're kind of taking our time today. East Verde River is less than 10 miles away. Look at this guy chilling out right on the trail. Taking a break, probably lunch break, waiting for a bug. Another amazing view. We're suspecting that somewhere in the distance is the Mogollon Rim, because it's not really all that far from where we are right now. As the crow flies, maybe 30 or 40 miles. Here's I-Roll going through the East Verde River. She's not thrilled about it. Look at this. It was magical.
Yeah. Ooh, it's refreshing.
This is the fourth night in a row that I've camped with water and trees for shelter. This has been an incredible run of great campsites. This is the water source going right through the side of our camp. Fantastic, perfectly clear water. All right, just a quick wrap up on day 28 of the Arizona Trail. Ended up doing 18.5 miles, and there was a lot of elevation change again, mostly downhill. But it was fine. We took our time because we knew that we didn't want to do any more miles than that. And essentially at this point, we're about 20 miles out of Pine. So tomorrow we're going to try to do like 16, 17, 18, somewhere in that range. Very relaxed again. And we're going to set ourselves up for, well, today's Wednesday, so Thursday would be that. Then a short day, a couple miles on Friday into Pine. And more than likely that's going to wrap it up, because word on the street is that it's really messy on the Mogollon Rim and that you don't want to hike it. So that's where we're at. But great day today. Weather was warm but not too bad, and just got to listen to Burgess playing some guitar while we were eating dinner. And we got a great campsite set up here. You can take a look at that, and yeah, that's wrapping up day 28. So see you in the morning. Good morning. Welcome to day 29 on the Arizona Trail. What a wonderful campsite last night. Listening to great music. Had a nice dinner. Got to bed early. Up early. And off we go. Just doing 16 miles today. Gonna take it easy. And the trail looks to be okay on the way there. And then tomorrow morning, just a few miles into Pine, and we take our final analysis on whether we get to continue or not. But let's go. This is the kind of trail we like to see in the morning. Nice and cruisy. We had a heck of a climb coming out of camp, but ever since then it's been really nice. It's a water source. Look how clear that is. So I was walking along the trail, all of a sudden nature called, and this is what we call in the business a brown blaze. So I told I-Roll and Burgess to go up ahead, and I just ran off into the woods real quick. And it's all this brown dirt here, and I was gonna start to dig and it just wasn't gonna be enough time, so I improvised. I found a really deep hoof print from a cow that had walked by there, and it did the trick, and I was able to clean things up afterwards and avoid an ecological disaster zone. So sometimes you got to just figure stuff out on the fly, and I did. All right, 5 nights in a row sleeping under a tree, and I also have water nearby. There's a spring down there. This is amazing. Look how big my garbage bag is there. Burgess and I-Roll chatting after dinner. There's I-Roll's tent. And a couple more people showed up, but they're camping up the way. You can't really see them. Okay, we're wrapping up day 29 on the Arizona Trail, and we did 16 miles today. We were in camp before 4 o'clock, and we just dilly-dallied all day long. We were trying to just kind of stretch it out and be lazy today because we're trying to take it easy on our bodies. I think we're up to like 150 miles in like the last 8 days. So tomorrow, 3.7 to town, we're going into Pine. We're going to grab a huge breakfast and then try to find a place to stay. And then check out the trail conditions up ahead. More people are bailing out of here. It's not looking good for me being able to go forward. Some people are pressing ahead, but what we've heard is that it's not very fun. It's extremely muddy and snowy. So we'll check it out tomorrow for ourselves. That's it on day 29. Tomorrow's day 30, a shorter day, and that could be the rest of the trip for now. I absolutely 100% will be back at some time to finish this thing if we're not able to do it right now, but love this trail. It's been very challenging, but also quite fun and enjoyable at the same time. So, all right, signing off for this evening. Good morning. Welcome to day 30 on the Arizona Trail. Slept in till 6 a.m. and now we're off to town, 3.7 miles to food. And we're gonna just fill our bellies with all good breakfast things. The trail is glorious this morning. Everybody loves walking on a cruisy trail like this. I'm on the other side now, but you know what I didn't want to do this morning is ford this. It's ice cold. Oh yeah, I wouldn't want to miss this.
That's the deepest part. Yeah, brisk.
All right, so we got to the trailhead, and here's the sign in the hiker area where we're supposed to sign in. And there's some people who have added to it, fear-mongering snow pirates. But this is what they're telling us. It's laminated, so it must be true. All right, we just got to the Pine Trailhead, 456 miles in. Time for a town stop and breakfast. Here we go. Now the crew is road walking into Pine because it seems like it's going to be too hard to get a hitch for 3 people. And it's only 0.8 to the cafe, so we'll get this done. As you can see, my through hike went on hold when I reached Pine at mile 456. From Pine, I was only about a day or so from being up on the Mogollon Rim, where the trail becomes much flatter than all of that mountainous and rugged stuff that I was hiking on up to that point. It was really frustrating because most of the tough trail was behind me. I had strong trail legs, and I was ready to tackle that easier, flatter terrain. So let's take a look at some of the pictures that other hikers had posted on the Arizona Trail Facebook page or the Facebook group of the conditions north of Pine. As you can clearly see, water levels in the creeks were way up, making fording what was typically a gentle stream into quite a challenge. In addition, there were places where the trail was really like a lake with no clear path around. And on top of that, there were reports of deep snow, quite a bit of mud, which was making the hiking pretty unpleasant. However, that is not what caused me and many other hikers to stop at Pine. As we all know, dealing with tough conditions, that's part of through hiking. And if you're not willing to suffer a bit, then you should probably pick up a different hobby. I was willing to wait a week for the trail conditions to improve, which they did, and then keep going. And I was willing to deal with some of the difficult conditions and the mud and the snow and all that as well. The problem, however, was the closure at the north rim of the Grand Canyon. No one was going to be allowed to pass the north rim until at least June 2nd. And given that I had several real life commitments beginning in early May, I was not going to be able to get to the end of the trail before the closure. So rather than just trudging through these rough conditions and the snow and the mud, and then just stopping at Flagstaff or the Grand Canyon and still not being able to finish, I decided to head home and then come back in September to complete my hike, continuing from Pine and heading north to Utah. So that is the plan. And with all that being said, this trail is one of my all-time favorites. I just cannot wait to get back out there and share the rest of this journey with all of you. And a huge thank you to everyone who's been following along. I appreciate your comments. I appreciate your support. And between now and this fall, I'm going to still be doing some hiking. I'll be doing multiple section hikes on the Ice Age Trail and then posting updates on Instagram. So if you want to see some of that stuff, follow me on Instagram. Until next time, thanks, and we'll see you out on the trail.